We just wrapped up the divisional round. We've made some believers and we've made some doubters. Stick around.
Here to bring you the facts, data, and statistics up close and personal. Letting you decide if it truly is hate or debate.
Pulls up three-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good! Wins the game at the buzzer! Oh my God! They know that! Are you kidding me?
What's good? It is the one and only MVP the Geek. And I'm back with none other than
Mr. Hit him with that. Yo. Also, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Yo. I'm ready to talk that talk. Yeah, let's go. Let's get it.
man. First of all, happy Martin Luther King birthday. Happy Martin Luther King Day today.
MLK Day.
You know what I mean? Shout out to all of the people that stood together. Doesn't matter the color. That's why I said the people that stood together that made today what today is. I don't see no color on that. I just see the unity in it. Still not as great as it could be, but it's way better than what it was.
Agreed.
This video
Yeah.
right here on Martin Luther King Day today has been brought to you by our lovely folks down there at Planet Vapor for all your vaping needs. 12 different locations. All you got to do is check them out. If you can't find them at any of those 12 different locations, you can always go check them out at www.planet.vapor.com. You got any you want to run down, man?
Man, shout out to Fury Bro Studios, man. Hit the boy up, Blind Fury, man, legend in SC, man. Freestyle Friday legend, man. 106 in Park legend, man. Like, just a legend all the way around and a certified good dude, you know what I mean? Like, you hit him up for all your production needs, man. Making beats, verses, you needed to get mixed down, production, anything of the sorts, man. Listen, that is the guy to go see.
Also, last but not least, I want to give a special shout out to Rock Bottom Studios for all your animation needs. This is the one and only, but not just the one and only, but the first and very first Black owned animation station in South Carolina. Man, y'all show y'all love for Rock Bottom Studios. And now that we got our guys out of the way, the professionalism is over. If you want to look up the word, or if you looked up the word upset in the dictionary, it will be a picture of the divisional round we just took a look at this weekend. Let's go ahead and start off with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans. And I want to start with them because I thought that my Texans was going to do their thing. And I'm on the same grounds as D'Amico is.
What?
You heard what Mahomes said. It don't matter
What
how
did my
we win.
homeboy say?
Don't matter how we win. We got the W.
That's all that matter, right?
That's all that matter, dog.
That's
And
what TB12 used to say that same type of thing.
that's
Joe
what
Montana used to say the same type of thing.
that's what they see in the playoffs going forward, and that's what they see on the way to the Super Bowl. They don't see all that other talk.
What?
I'm just a
Hey,
little mad because I had some hope in the boy.
hey.
I had my hope in my boy.
Hey, I seen Tom Brady win a Super Bowl 9-6. Yeah, I seen that happen. Yeah, for real. So it don't matter. Statistics might not be there. You know what I'm saying? They might not be the prettiest win, but at the end of the day, it's about how you get the W. But yeah. But anyway, what you were saying? I'm sorry, Pete, because I got a little sidetracked. Because I get to talking. You gotta cut me short sometimes, son.
Oh man, you good, man? All love, man. I was gonna say that Stroud had 245 yards versus Mahomes 177, and like what we were saying before, it ain't what you do in the game is coming out with that W. I went off of those terms of Stroud would have those numbers and it would be a W. You know what I'm saying? We watched that game semi together. I think we came in on the later part of that game or whatever, but I don't know what went on. I know their special teams was messed up. All of the playoffs this year so far, the special teams, I don't know if it's been the weather, but they haven't been able to do their thing. They've been slipping all over the place. They've been fumbling the ball. It's been a lot more interceptions. You look at the quarterbacks that's gone, that's not in the playoffs right now versus the ones that are. Ball protection is everything right now, man. Ball protection is everything, and I like I said, I thought Stroud was gonna come out on top. They lost. My shout out to Mahomes, Andy Reid, the whole squad. I'm not mad at them for losing. I just picked against them. It didn't mean I was hating on them at all, man.
Well, I definitely feel you on that. Hey, first of all, shout out to CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans organization, bro, because they coming. Like for real, for real. Just one of them other dogs have been available, whether it was Tank Dell or Stephon Diggs. We would have seen a different game, bro. Like honestly, that defense is crazy, bro. They got some studs on that defense. Hence to the
100%.
reason why hence to the reason why they only held Pat Mahomes to 177, bro. But here's was my I hit the panic button with Kansas City, right?
Mhm.
It wasn't about the 177. It was about when you look at the 177, how it broke down. Travis Kelsey had 117, right? Xavier Worthy, he had 45 yards. Noah Gray had 13 yards. And then like Kareem Hunt had like 3 yards. So when I'm looking at this and I'm like, you got a lot of receivers over there, which I was an advocate. I'm like, yo, Pat gonna get these boys on the same page, like this, that, and the third. That time that they had to sit out the whole time while they was waiting, you know what I'm saying, for to see who they played. I thought that was gonna be a good time to get those receivers healthy. But there wasn't no sighting of them receivers, man, as far as when it come into the stat log. Now, like you said, I caught the game halftime with you. Like we had walked in the same point of the game. But bro, I ain't see them boys out there. I ain't see them boys block. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just me. But you ain't doing nothing to, add some control to the team. Like, yo, that got me a little worried for the rest of the teams that's in you know what I'm saying, in this, as we go through that part, and we'll kind of break that down more. But yeah, that has me a little worried going forward for Kansas City Chiefs.
And I can piggyback off of what you're saying and your worry. Everybody that's running off of luck, they luck run out. I've never
I've been
ran
seeing
out of
that too.
I've
I've been
never ran
seeing
out of
that too.
blessings. I never ran out of blessings. I
Ooh,
ran out of luck several times.
I like what you said right there. Yes, sir. Keep going. Keep talking.
You know what I mean? I've never done that, but the luck that Kansas City been going off of reminds me of the luck that all those teams that went undefeated and lost in the Super Bowl have been riding off of. That's what I feel about it. I've earlier in the year, remember, we talked about it all year. It bothered me. I was against it. I got tired of talking about it. I wasn't going to talk about the referees. I was going to keep the game going to keep the show going, not going to bring all of the publicity to them, the what's her name? The Taylor Swifts of the world. She's over there chilling with Caitlin Clark at the game. Come on, man. What are we doing out here? They cut away from the game to show that. What are we doing out here? We saw it together. Like, wait a minute. Hold up, man. What are we doing? I had that in the notes, so I didn't even have to look that up just off of memory. This is what we're watching in the Super Bowl, but everybody else is having a hard time getting publicity. Everybody that wears a helmet, you don't know who you are already. If you run a touchdown and they know your name, they're gonna try to look for you when you take your helmet off so they know what you look like. Otherwise, that you just one of the other people that block. You help the team, yeah, way to go. But brother, what I saw and to sum up that whole game, those guys are on borrowed time. No disrespect to Andy Reid.
And see, and that's this is hints to my point, right? Because I've been seeing Andy over, you know what I mean, for 20 years now, right now. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at Andy and his greatness as far as coaching and offensively, being able to, you know what I'm saying, dial up some, pretty neat plays. I just didn't see that, man. Like, I'm worried, bro. And for me, like, I'm one of those, like, Pat, my homie, that's my man's in them. Andy Reid, I'm rocking with them boys. But I'm one of those guys, I'm like, dang, like, I still haven't seen it. Like, because you went out, you got a DeAndre Hopkins, you got a Hollywood Brown, you got Juju Schuster. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got some names that are capable receivers, like for real, for real. Like, these guys out there can make plays. Like, we seen Juju last year when they won the championship. Juju was like he was their main guy catching, you know what I'm saying, catching passing. So like I'm just worried, like, because I haven't seen it. Like, I haven't seen no glimpses of it throughout the season. Like, they have each one of those guys and had big games or whatever, but I ain't seen a consistent guy. And the guy I was really looking for to step up the most was DeAndre Hopkins, because like DeAndre Hopkins is like a Mike Evans. He's like one of those guys, like, bro. He's a walking 1,000 yards, like, you know what I'm saying. So I'm like, this is probably the best like quarterback talent he has ever played on in his life.
You
So I
said
thought
that
he
when they
was,
picked him up.
yeah. I thought that was gonna be like, you know what I mean, for sure, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. Maybe they dialed back some stuff because they didn't even really have to get deep in that playbook of that Houston Texans game. But yeah, bro, like,
It's
yeah.
gonna get harder for them. Like I told the
And we
boys Saturday.
definitely going. And like I said, we can talk about it as we dance through the rest of these games, and then we can kind of put the bow on the present. You know what I'm saying? Because
You know,
I was right there too. I was going to get that. I was about to go on in, but I had
we on
to.
the
Yeah,
same page. We on the same
yeah,
page.
yeah.
All right.
My
So
brain's still fresh.
the second game that we had, man, this ended my Saturday night, and I felt a little bad, man, because Black, he's not here with us tonight. Condolences to his people, but Black Saturday night, me, Boogie, Black, and the lovely fam, sisters, everybody was there with us. We were all having a great day. After that first game went off, which we didn't pay attention to because we didn't care about no Patrick Mahomes, we understood the assignment as well as they did. But there was a game that came on where the Detroit Lions faced off against a team that was playing with house money and are still playing with house money. These Washington Commanders, aka the Redskins, came to play some football. They won a football game that was up and down. Then they had to come from behind to do what it was that they had to do to seal it at the end. But all in all, and even the spread that they even took over, we're looking at a team right now that nobody has the they don't have the tape out for these guys yet. And if they're gonna do anything, is win out this year. You're not gonna get the same chance next year. Though you can have good coordinators, though you can have great players, the tape is out right now. Everybody's gonna make it harder for you every step of the way next year. But right now is too short of time. And you can see by the playbook that they playing with, it's in the snow, so they didn't get to open up the playbook. You know what I mean? You can see by defensively the weather, they didn't get to play their defense, but these guys are playing ball the way they that a playoff team is supposed to play ball. And I just had the feeling with them versus Detroit, who did the same thing versus San Francisco last year. One game, you in it. You ain't even win a game. You just showed up. And coach had the same words at the end of it. A little bit of tears in the eyes, real strong, real tough. Those owners don't care about that shit. We'll still fire your ass tomorrow. You can cry on the way to the car, really now. We are supposed to go to the pros. We're supposed to. It was one time when you saw.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
You know what I'm talking about? They
I
did
know.
the boys wrong, man. But remember earlier in the season when I said no, Detroit's not going to win it. I thought it was going to be the Eagles. I did say that, but I didn't go with them. But looking at this Washington team in the NFC and in that game versus Detroit, you got two coordinators that could leave this year, defensively and offensively.
Mm-hmm.
You got players that about to be getting paid pretty soon. It's real wide open, man. Let me get your take on it. I'm done, man. I'm done. I
Nah,
want to talk about it,
man. Look, first of all, you know what I mean. Before I start my take, yo, shout out to Black man, yo, sending nothing but you know what I'm saying condolences, prayers to his family during this tough time.
Definitely.
But now that I got that out the way, like, yo, like, first of all, like, I'm right there with you though, P. I'm like, but the thing about it, what I realize is, and this is the other take. I seen how you know you kind of sliced and diced, so I'm gonna go on the other side of things, right? It wasn't Detroit. It was Detroit that injuries caught up with them, bro. They gave up 45 points, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gave you. I don't care who you are. This ain't college. Guess what? 45 points is a lot of points, bro. You know what I mean? And if you think about it in any other game, like they're usually the one that was giving the 45 points to people. They're usually the one putting up the 45. So shout out to Washington because the house money is winning right now. Like word is born. Like, yo, for all the Washington fans out there, bro, like this is major, bro. I want to throw this little caveat in there, bro. Like, for those that seen Hard Knocks this year, my GM was asked by his kids, like, hey, man, I know he asked his kids, like, who should he draft? And his kids told him he should draft Jaden Daniels. And he was like, he was so against it. He was like, and what his kid said to him was, you only get this job once. Now, fast forward to take, because I want to get away from the Giants community, because I just wanted to bring that little carrot up real fast. Let me let you hold that, nibble on that real fast, because carrots is good for your eyes. It also look good on your wrist. But you know what I'm saying? Like now, you looking at Washington, bro, they have their future quarterback.
Clearly.
They have their future quarterback, bro.
We all see it.
And honestly, yo, listen, Cliff Kingsbury is probably going to get offered a lot of jobs. If I'm Cliff, like, I'm about to chill. You know what?
Yep.
I want to see this thing through.
Washington, give me some more money.
I want to see it through because, like, yo, if right now you already Cliff, you got control over some shit.
Ain't that
Because
right,
Cliff,
buddy?
yeah, like you got some,
Look,
you got,
Washington, give me some more money. Y'all
yeah,
know
like
what I
you
can
got
do, and you
control.
know I can go. You know I
Bro,
can
you
go.
know, like, bro,
Washington, give me some more money.
nobody picked Washington to go to the NFC Championship. Washington is
Not
in the
even to the
NFC
playoffs.
Championship. No, yo. So then I want to break down this part too.
Mm-hmm.
This kid is having a hell of a year, bro.
He's the best rookie quarterback that ever existed.
Bro, this kid. First of all, that's just I'm a rewind and tape some right.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, within a year's time, like not you know what I'm saying, not a regular calendar year, but like within a year's time, this kid has won the Heisman Trophy, became number 2 in the draft, and now he's in the AFC Championship, bro.
It's all
Just,
left.
yo, listen. I mean, like that's just in. You like, yo, what? This kid a rookie,
A
and he
rookie.
don't like, yo. When you do you see him? Like when you watching him, that kid don't flinch, bro. I ain't see him like panic. I ain't see him like, oh, and bro, the last couple, besides that game against Detroit, but the last like 8, 9 games, it come down to the end. And he one of those guys, when I'm watching with my eyes, you got to keep the ball out of his hand.
Boogie, even
Bro,
when he
you
run, he
can't
don't
touch
panic.
that. Nah, you can't touch it.
Nah, look,
We gotta run out all the clock. Yo, like you,
Boogie, Boogie,
I ain't leaving no time on the clock for you. For what?
you'll be in trouble. And look, Boogie,
All right.
like you said off of him panicking, even when he run, he don't panic. Go ahead, bro.
I know.
When he
He
run, he
runs
be
smart,
calm
bro.
running.
Yo, you
Yeah.
see him, bro, when he runs smart. Like, yo, son run like a gazelle. Like, you know what I mean? Like, son, he run up,
Listen,
but like he picks in, he slides in, like he'll dive. Like, cause when I'm watching him, it's like if you had like Cam Newton
go back.
mixed with like a because it's some Mike Vick in there, but they also do some RG3 in there too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's very methodical on how he runs, man. He runs super smart. And that's always been a knock as far as on, you know what I mean, quote unquote, the black quarterback. They like, well, if you run the ball like that, then you know what I mean, your lifespan in the NFL is, you know, 3 years max. You know what I mean?
Man, he said
But
everything.
and see, this is and nah, I'm not gonna go into this little whole thing. I'm not gonna go into that today because we in MLK Day, so we in peace. So yeah, nah. So at the end of the day, bro, like yo, Jaden he's the real deal, and the thing about it, yo, like after this year, he gonna get more weapons. They gonna put more artillery on him. Like yo, I was thinking about it because I was watching like the Ninja Turtles, like yo, the movie joint, and I seen when Shredder put on his armor, and it's just like yo, that joint was just bulky. I was like, yo, that's crazy. That's how I see. That's how I see Jaden Daniels, bro. Like you gonna be looking like Shredder out here. It's like as if Shredder wasn't scary enough. They gonna put more weapons on the men,
Stack him up even more. Stack him up even
bro.
more, man.
Bro,
Like I
the
said,
kid is that kid
he's the best.
dangerous.
He's the best rookie that we've ever seen numerically. Doesn't matter who's your
Agreed.
favorite. He's better than
Agreed,
him
bro.
numerically.
Listen,
No, this ain't
listen,
just me talking. These
listen.
are the numbers, and
Look,
I'm looking at them. Numerically, he's
Pete,
the best. His
let's go through it.
quarterback percentage in the fourth quarter alone is
Oh,
what some of these
oh,
quarterbacks
that's not
hadn't
even
seen
close
in a
with
whole
anybody.
game.
That's not
Yeah,
even
on their
close with
best days.
anybody.
Right. On their best days, they hadn't seen this on just their highest percentage on their best days. He got that in one quarter, man. He's averaging 110 QBR. That's
Yeah,
come on, man. He's beating all of these best teams.
bro.
Everybody's
Hold
like,
up.
well, they got to play
Let
against
me
the
give let
Eagles.
me give I need to give just a couple shout outs to my Washington fans, yo, because
Go.
I got some people out here that I really rock with. You know what I mean? God rest his soul, yo, you know what I mean? Shout out to my boy Josh Bashudo Brown. You know what I mean? Cause that was my man, 150 grand. He loved Washington. Shout out to my dog, Port Baby too. Cause my dog he a Washington. But let me get all the way into the mix. Hey, shout out to
Straight
all
up.
my
One
people.
last one. One last
Hold up,
one.
yeah,
Shout out to my boy
that's
Reggie at work.
oh yeah, Ricky at
He
work.
a Washington
Yeah,
fan too.
right. But shout out to all my people from the DMV, you know what I'm saying, area too, yo. Like I don't, you know, DMV, yo, that's like a second home to me too. Like I be throughout that, you know what I'm saying, Charles County, you know what I mean, all that. Hartford County, you know what I mean, Baltimore County, all my peoples from that area, the VAs, the DC people, like yo, like word, yo. Now I can't go through all the names for y'all because I know it's a bunch of y'all, but you know what I mean. Shout out to y'all, man. Much love. I know y'all feeling yourself right now because you're watching it look great right now. Oh, all right, but anyway, Pete, my bad. I ain't mean to get off course because yo, I had to throw that out there. But yo, go ahead, keep cooking, man. What you got?
Oh man, you good, man. You already know, man. That takes us to our next game, man. We're gonna talk a little bit about how The Philadelphia Eagles escaped. I'm not going to say won, how they escaped that game. And what are they going to do next week versus Jaden Daniels?
Mm-hmm.
Jalen Hurts, it was a moment in the game where he got tackled and I saw a twist. I looked at him.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know what y'all know, but I said, at this moment in time, Jalen Hurts. Pun intended. I saw how he got up. I thought it was the other leg initially because it was bent up. But when I saw the weight and the lean back and all of that, the weight, everything can be torn in that foot. I know today he woke up feeling different. I know today he woke up feeling different. He finished
AP.
that game with a brace on. He's looking at playing against the comeback king next week, and he's not 100%. That's gonna be an uphill battle, man. Talk to me, Boogie.
AP, first of all, when I seen the play, all I could think about is that old song, "Twist and Shout." Oh, yo.
For real.
Man, like nah, like yo, that joint was an aqua little twist, bro. Like, you know what I mean, and saying, you know what I mean, he made light of the situation. Like after the game, like yo, I still was able to finish the game, but you said they barely got out of there. Right? Stop it, Pete. You better, man, boy. What you talking about, man? You ain't see 26?
I did.
You ain't see 26 in the mix?
I did, and I'm gonna give him
Oh,
his
okay,
ultimate
all
prop.
right,
I'm gonna give
all
him
right.
his
The
ultimate
only
prop.
look, the only person I seen wear that Philly jersey in the snow that had a better game than that man is Shady McCoy. You know what I'm saying?
What was the score of that game?
I mean, it was 28-23, but like you
Nah,
know,
28-22. But the reason I said they got out of there,
yeah,
remember that first half and all of that other stuff, all them drops that Puka dropped until he started getting on. Remember when
yeah,
Stafford got on, and them boys really just missed. It wasn't a game like all this weekend. No game was handed to anybody.
no,
It was inches all weekend. You know what I'm saying? It really was. That's why I said how Philly got out of there. Yes, they got out of. They won that game. Yes, they did, and respectively, because with the injuries, with the turnovers, with the special team blunders that they had and all of that, they still found a way to pull it out. And that's a team victory. That's why they're
yeah,
in the position. That's why they're still in the playoffs. But brother, you about to be facing a Washington team that's about to be amazing, man. But what stood out to you most in that Philly game versus the Rams? Because like I said, like you said, Stafford has been doing a lot of amazing things. A lot of people saying he's on the decline because of his age, but he's been doing, man, he's tough as I don't know what. The man
yeah,
had a little frost on his helmet the whole game. He ain't give a fuck. If he
yeah,
ain't gave a damn, he ain't gave a fuck. But he was out there doing his thing. A lot of those passes, it was drops. A
yeah.
couple of them, they could have been interceptions. I can say he did his thing. What stood out to you most in that game right there,
Well,
Boogie?
I mean, see, here's the thing, right? Yo, like I not, now as I let you, unpack a little bit, I'm like, all right, I can see what you're talking about. But the thing, like, yo, Matthew Stafford, he's still elite in his league, bro. Like, I think if they played that game on different terms, like where it benefited the Rams as far as the weather wise, I
Uh-huh.
think, what I mean, I think the Rams would have got him, man. But and the only reason I say this is because of this, right?
I'm
The
listening.
Eagles are a great team. I love what the Eagles got going on over there.
Uh-huh.
Right now, where the problem is that we're going to have to, address once again, because this was an issue earlier in the year, is the production of what Jalen Hurts does from, the passing standpoint. Now we can't knock Jalen's legs and what he does, yo. My dog is moving and groovy. But you know what I'm saying? As you proceed and you go on and you play some of these other teams, like we're gonna need you to make some plays in the passing. You know what I mean? So
Hmm?
I'm a little concerned about that. I'm more concerned with Pat Mahomes than him as far as that because the level of production he gives you from being a running quarterback. He's more of a runner than you know what I mean, Pat Mahomes. But like for you throwing like I know he threw 400 and some yards, whatever. And then the weather was bad, whatever. We good. I'm a chalk that up. But you go there to Washington and you throw 100 yards, that ain't gonna be enough. We already seen it.
Now
The
look, Boogie.
boys, the boys Washington put 45 on Detroit. Ain't no
Sure
and
did.
look, I know Detroit had a lot of people hurt, but a 45
Now
piece in
look,
the
look.
NFL.
I'm so glad you said that. I'm so glad because I didn't want to segue away, but I forgot to say this because I wrote it down when you was talking and giving your take on it. I didn't want to interrupt, but I didn't. I wanted to address this after it. They was hurt all year. What was Detroit's record? They were the number one seed in the NFC, bro.
Yeah,
They were coming off a bye week this week when they played against the Washington Commanders.
yeah.
And what everybody tries to give up, I mean, have and you know, you could tell by the way I said have the Commanders played the Eagles this year yet?
We played the Eagles 2 times this year. We in the same division.
So tell me what happened when the Eagles saw the Commanders, because I saw the one from 4 weeks ago. But tell me what happened in that game. Because this was a game where Jalen Hurts was 100%. Then he disappeared just like how it'll be this time. And Pickens finished that game. Well, with Pickens finishing that game, it wasn't pretty. And I'm telling you, and I'm telling everybody else that's watching right now, if you think those Eagles is going to go down here and strut nice, this is why I wanted Black to be here for this take, because he was talking about how much more Detroit's line was better than the Eagles.
Yeah. What it wasn't like. That's the thing, though, bro. Like Detroit's line had a decent game as far as the offensive line, man. But it's just like it didn't seem like they could stop Washington at all.
So you gotta
You
stop
can't
doing that.
stop the bleeding at all. Like, see, with them, like they did, like you know what I mean, like
You gotta be
Washington.
straight up and be
I'm watching
real.
them. You know, I'm watching Washington, and I'm thinking about the first time I heard the Wu-Tang Clan. And you thinking about like what is Shaolin and this kind of style and what is this and what is that? You know what I mean? It really you like yo, what is this like? And you ain't know how to you know what I'm saying to practice for that. So it was like they gave you the gym, so you had to go back to get more gyms to catch up to that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I
And
felt when I
remember,
was listening to
they and that's from a defensive and a other team perspective.
yeah.
And they
So like
and look, that's taken away from Jaden going off of I'm taking what they give me because they don't know me. I'm not showing you no cards. I can do everything. My
legit
look in the
everything,
pocket,
legit
my look in the
everything,
pocket. Remember how calm I was that whole game? I was bragging because I was like, yo, look at him in
bro.
that pocket. They couldn't
Bro,
rattle him for nothing.
bro, listen to this, bro. Like, listen, I'm watching Jaden Daniels is Lamar Jackson, and if you took a prime Aaron Rodgers, you just that's because like yo, he make them throws, bro. Like yo, bro,
Bro,
son lost that thing.
I'll say this. I
That
wouldn't
shit
even
look
say
like
Aaron
yo,
Rodgers.
that shit be flowing through the air like a rainbow, bro. Them boys go
Look,
get that thing.
I'll say it like the two dudes we just saw. I'll say it's a Lamar Jackson with a Josh Allen out that joint. You got a Lamar Allen out there when you
Well, no,
put
the only reason I say not Josh Allen, because Josh Allen, what his knock when he first got in the league, Josh Allen had a hell of a arm, but he was not accurate.
right.
When we seen a prime Aaron Rodgers get when like they said they oh shit, hold up, bro, hold up, here I go. When they sent Brett Favre, I think he went to Minnesota first, and then he went to the Jets. He went to Minnesota first, and then to the Jets. When they let
Right.
Brett Favre go, bro, we seen Aaron Rodgers, bro. Like Aaron Rodgers made some crazy throws, bro. Like, and we seen some arm talent because I done seen Peyton Manning, like, and Peyton had a crazy arm too. But it was just like what Aaron was doing was just, what Aaron was doing was sick, bro. Like word. And I know we in his declining stages, so I really want him to either get to somewhere where he can be um useful or lay it down, Aaron, because the last
I
couple years it ain't really been the
yo, you like
best.
that was a hot and a cold take at the same time. I never heard it like that, but I'm with you and I agree and I believe, not I feel or I think, but I believe the best place for him is retirement. Don't put
Oh
yourself through
yeah,
this no more.
yeah,
Now you working
please,
on legacy. This year
yeah,
showed you
please.
people gonna stop believing and it's gonna be questionable about everything you did before because now we're only remembering your failures. Just go. You got nothing to win. It doesn't matter where you're drafted to, you're not gonna lead no team to a Super Bowl. The days are over for you. You ran too many people out of town. Rob Saleh, you can look at the numbers from what
I
that
love
team
my
did
brother, man.
after you got
Beautiful
him out of
family.
there. They were worse. Defensively, offensively, they were better, but defensively, they stunk. That's why y'all record showed what it was. And it's a shame that you did that. He looked out for you, got your boy out there. You still got him fired because you couldn't produce because it was on you, man. That's on you. Aaron
And,
Rodgers,
and to be honest with you, and if you look at it, if you look at that record, the year when he had towards Achilles, and this year they were worse this year.
exactly. Exactly. Especially defensively.
They
Rob
were
Saleh
they
did
were
his
they
job.
were worse this year.
He did his job. That man got fired behind you, Aaron Rodgers, and you didn't do nothing in 2 years. That man
Hey
did
man,
something.
listen, Pete, man, I'm sorry to cut you off, man. That man ain't even in the playoffs, man. We ain't giving that man no love no more.
Out of here.
We good. Get on the fuck out of here.
Get him out of
Anyway,
here.
moving and grooving on to the next, man. I mean, you want to dissect some more from that Philly game?
Man, we're gonna talk about how Saquon did what he wanted to do out there.
Oh,
And I
200,
was watching
205 yards, 2 touchdowns, 39 yards catching. I mean, whatever. That's why I tell
I'm
you, like, when you
I'm
were
gonna take
saying it, bro,
I'm no, I was just gonna say I'm gonna take this and say this because on the Bump and Run podcast, where we're gonna be next week after the games and before the Super Bowl, this was their words. Saquon Barkley is a running back. He's a good running back. Without Philly's line, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing. And with them saying that, I'm gonna put what I said when me, you, and Black was talking the other night about him versus Derrick Henry and the all-purpose. You know what I mean? If you don't have a line, give me Derrick. If you have a line, give me Saquon because of what he does. And I felt kind of down off of what they said off of Saquon because, bro, that's not just his line. The athleticism and what he does when he's past the line, that has to do a lot with him.
yo, can I hold on.
That
Bump
has a
and run,
lot to do
man.
with him.
First of all, shout out to Bump and Run,
Hmm.
but he wouldn't be doing it behind his line. I mean, what you name what 2,000 yard running back doesn't have to pay homage to their line? We never seen a 2,000 yard running back and they didn't have an offensive line. So I'm gonna drop that right there. But yeah, Philly line is definitely, yeah, we like First of all, he didn't have no line for the first couple years, and he was breaking records, rookie records, this, that, and third. Like with the Giants, you can look that back up. He was literally carrying the offense. So yes, it was time for him to get in line, and that's just a little bit of what he can do with the line because we could have seen him break the record. We could have seen a record, which you know what I'm saying. The record would like. And hold up, and let me tell you this: the record would have had a question mark for me because, of course, they're playing more games. When Eric Dickinson broke this record, bro, they was playing. You know what I'm saying, 16 games.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on that side, but bump and run, man. Look, I look forward to working with y'all, man. Yo, look, we're gonna have some great
Definitely.
times
And
because
and look, that's the only reason I brought that up because I knew it was opposite takes on it, and that's gonna
yeah,
make the show that much better because by
yeah,
then by then we'll be able to see what it's going to be with those teams and the running and whatever. And it doesn't matter to me. I'm just looking for great content on both sides, man. Bug, I
yeah.
love the way you
No, no,
attack.
no, no.
I
I'm
love
not.
the
Not
show.
the
And I
only reason I
asked
say
look,
this.
look, the
Go ahead.
reason
All
that
right, go
I
ahead.
asked you because
Come on, talk
you
to me.
were Saquon before I even knew he even existed. I didn't
Yeah,
know who he was in New York. I
yeah,
didn't know who he was. And that wasn't because he wasn't a great player. You know me, before this show, I was only focused on the 49ers. Just like basketball,
yeah.
I was only focused on the Lakers. Football, Carolina. Basketball, Carolina, and UConn. Once we got in the show, I started watching everything because it's great to talk about these things and have great conversations with these people that we have that's in the chat room that's watching the show that's giving us so much love that they're doing, man. And shout out to everybody that following us right now from TikTok from when they shut down. Y'all are the best because we went from 408, well, 411 people on YouTube to now we're at 588, still counting. Everybody doesn't want to leave it. So that should let everybody that don't know that's just now tuning in understand we got great content. Every show is an experience, and you need to be here for all of these things, man. You need to be here, man.
Most definitely, man. Yo, come clock in, come check out, man. Like, listen, hey, I love watching podcasts myself, man. So it's always good to just get a fresher point of view. Not saying that. Look, we're low budget to where some of these other podcasts are, but what it is authentic. We do give you an authentic, you know what I'm saying,
You can't buy that. You can't go to school for that.
content. So
They can't teach that.
yeah, holler at us, man, and we
That's
appreciate y'all,
all.
man. We appreciate all your subscribers, man. Everybody, man. Whatever platform is yours, you know what I'm saying. TikTok, Snapchats, YouTubes, Instagrams, Facebooks, man. Or if you just you plugged in, and you can get straight FaceTime with us or whatever, man. Like, look, we love y'all, man, because we wouldn't be able to do this content without y'all, man. So please keep subscribing. Please keep supporting us, man. We are forever grateful and forever humble, man.
And if you can't find us by name, man, just put up that podcast with the dog in it. That's
Facts.
NRP words. Just be that
Oh,
podcast with that dog in it.
yeah,
You know what I'm
factual.
talking about? You go other places, you're gonna leave like this.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
We're not doing that to nobody that's following us. We
Yeah.
appreciate y'all as much as y'all appreciate us. No, we're not journalists. I'm on the way to school for it. Boogie has played the sport on a high level. You're not dealing with people that don't know what they're talking about. I'm not out here arguing with shit that I ain't backing up with facts. Saturday, it was me backing it up with just feeling. I had a feeling for Jaden Daniels. Everybody else, the odds, it was supposed to be they were going home. And I'm not saying this to brag in any way because outside, man, I would have went for the other team too, but it was any given Saturday. Y'all go ahead and keep on paying attention. Follow us online so y'all can get those any given Saturday shirts. I promise you, it was that day. It was over with. So now we got all of these games out of the way. We got one more that we need to talk about. And before we talk about the game itself, I want to talk about a player. Because what I saw and Lamar Jackson was a quarterback that came with a little bit of jitters, that came with a little bit of turnovers, but overrode all of those things when he did what he did to bring that team down, march them upfield, bring them back, score, throw a perfect pass, and your tight end dropped the ball. The highlight of his interview was I'm tired of this shit, and it attracted my eyes, and I watched it. And he wasn't even on that. It was because of they showed the picture of old boy that dropped the pass and his quotes, I'm tired of this shit. That was his quote, but that wasn't the whole quote, man. He was like, I'm cursing. I'm sorry for cursing, but I'm only speaking the way that I am because, man, I'm hurting right now, man. I'm tired of this shit. That was the whole quote right there. They only took that because they wanted to put him against that man. Now we all know Boogie.
No,
You had
but
you had his
the other
relative.
part too. The other part that's really put some clarification on that, please.
Mhm.
Um, what he was speaking to wasn't about Mark Andrews dropping that pass.
Not at all.
What he was all that. I'm tired of that shit. He was in reference to the turnovers. He was
Exactly.
tired.
The
He
fumbles.
had that interception and he had that fumble. So
That's
that's
right.
what he was tired of. He
That's
wasn't. It
right.
wasn't. That's
It had nothing to
clarified and
do.
make sure
It had nothing to
it
do with
wasn't
Andrew.
that he was mad at Mark Andrews for like missing that play.
That's right. And
All
remember
right.
at the end when they said, remember at the end when Josh Allen went and found him and he spoke with him and they said that is class. What Lamar said in that, even with profanity, that was class. Because he gave you what it could have been way worse. This man has lost. And while we speaking to him and why I started it with him, this man is a 3-time MVP. This man is a 3-time first team in his first 7 years. No quarterback that ever existed did that. He's the Russell Westbrook of quarterbacks in the NFL. I don't care if people don't like the way I put that, but Russell Westbrook is going to the Hall of Fame. If Lamar Jackson never wins a ring, he's going to the Hall of Fame because he plays the quarterback on a level where you want him to play quarterback and he never downs his team. He always puts it on his shoulders. And when the team puts it on his shoulders, he does what the team needs to do. He made up for his mistakes. Remember before, his mistakes is really what cost him the game. His mistakes didn't cost him this time. And the way they would have spent that, it would have made it seem like that's what it was. I'm glad he said exactly what he did. And from that, I want to segue on into the rest of the team. Man, that whole game right there, it was a fight. It was a fight from the open until the close. But from the open on both teams, special teams wasn't really doing anything but losing the ball. You could talk about, well, we can talk about how every team is so ready to play in the different weathers and stuff like that. But what we really got to see, it was, you know, I'll say this. We all know Derrick Henry gets better as the game goes by.
Kind of.
But it was like a missing part of him in this game. What are you waiting to get him started for so he can go ahead and get it rolling? What you saw from Buffalo, they pulled all stops. Josh Allen did every you see where I'm coming, Boogie. They pulled it out to where he led his team and backed it up. Where Lamar, they put him in the spot where let's see what you can do where you need your team. That's messed up on every goddamn level, especially this goddamn weekend, man. That man did everything he could possibly do, just like Josh Allen did. And the game was decided by a drop pass. Go ahead, man. I'm done. My rant is over, brother.
No. Like, hold on. I gotta. Come here, Pete. Let me pull you back in real fast, B. Nah. So listen. It was a tale of two games. Like Lamar had those two turnovers really early in the game, and I don't know whether it was jitters. I don't know what it was, but once he settled down and they got to the game plan. Because when you see the first half, like they was losing, but when you see Lamar run off that field, like you can tell, like he was like the way he winded up, he like, yo, all right, watch this. And when he got into that second half, yo, you can tell he just, hey, like he settled in. Yo, he was walking around. He put his feet up on Josh's couch. He was doing all kind of whatever. So, at the end of the day, like really, like Lamar outplayed Josh still with two turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar had 254 yards passing.
That's right. That is
Lamar had
correct.
some rushing. He had some rushing action too. Like Josh was doing most of his damage on the ground. You know what I mean? He did his work and he did it on the ground, but like he was another one that only had 120. I think he had 127 yards.
He had 127. Lamar had 254.
54. Yeah.
254.
If
His
you if you
quarterback,
if you
his
if
quarterback
you
rating
if
was
you
$114.
before the game, if somebody would have told you that Lamar had double the passing yards of Josh Allen, you would have took that bet, wouldn't you?
You would have took that disrespectfully. And also, look, the quarterback rating.
You took that disrespectfully on what side?
You're on the side of Josh Allen. They would have thought that they was disrespecting him.
Oh,
That's what they
okay.
would have thought. Now, look,
That's what it was
also,
thought. I
also
just
tell
want
me,
to. I'm glad you clarified it because
tell me this.
and for people that betters, I'm a better. So like, if somebody even told you like, yeah, I'm gonna give you 100 to 1, Lamar is gonna have double the amount of passing yards with Josh
Nobody
Allen,
would
bro.
have took that. They would have bet against you. You would have won all your money. You would have won all your money, even outside of the win. Off of that bet alone, you would have won all your money. You would have cleared house. Nothing else would have mattered. And look at
So
this,
yeah,
Boogie. Look at this, Boogie. I want to
what up?
ask you, what do you think? Because I got them right here in front of me, but I want to know what you think their QBRs were. Lamar's, and what do
Ooh,
you think that Josh Allen's quarterback rating,
ooh,
quarterback rating
that's a
was?
good question now because uh,
And like I said, I know you don't got it.
I
Want to
don't
know.
know their specific. I don't know the specific QBR, but if I had to pick who had the higher QBR,
No. I don't want you to pick the highest. I just
oh,
want you to think and tell me what you would have their QBR, and I'm gonna read to you what the QBR actually was after that, so you can see how crazy this was.
Lamar. Not 220s, I'm giving Lamar a 92. I'm giving Josh a 87.
Brother, Lamar had a 114.4.
Okay.
Do you know what Josh Allen had?
What Josh had?
When you go with the points, like if it was a point five, that rounds up, right?
Yeah.
He had an 87 because he had an 86.7. This is why Boogie be on this show and I do stuff like that because he comes through with it. Everybody sees it. The last few episodes that I've been doing it on the spot with him, it don't matter. He's bringing it to you. I'm bringing the data and statistics. He's bringing the facts. He's not coming with heart and emotions. He's not coming with that. Men don't think like that. And the man is coming with it. Look at how close he is with these things, man. And I say all of that to say this. Brother, you wouldn't even have guessed that with the way that the game had went. You wouldn't even
That's
have
what I was
guessed
saying.
that.
That's what I said. That's why I was like, you know what I mean? Like I already knew with Josh, I was kind of spot on with Josh, but I
You
was like
were.
with the Lamar, because Lamar, you know what I'm saying, a lot of it, for the QBR, all that ties in yards, interceptions, touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Attempts, all that is tied in. So I went light, and I said the 92, but then all right, good for Lamar, 114. You into that get like if somebody would have, I'm telling you, bro, if you would have went to Vegas, bro, you'd have got paid.
Yep.
You would have walked out of Vegas, whatever you would have bet, you'd have left with a Duffy, stuffy Duffy, yeah, a stuffy Duffy.
All right.
Imagine you went in there with $1,000. Say yo, the bar going niggas would have been looking at you crazy. Give me all of it.
Just run me mine. I don't want yours. Just run me. You saw the dance.
Uh,
Just run me mine.
like the good for you. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right,
See, because
G. Let's see what these final four are going to do before we get out of
talk
here,
to me.
man.
All right.
This final four, it's going to be crazy too. But I know who I'm going for, bro.
What
And
you feeling?
how did the game? Because and I skipped over this because Black ain't here. But a lot of people didn't know who I was going for because I never got this chance to say it before the game. But I know it's one person on this show that came up with a term. It happened to be a great name. The Buffalo Belays.
Buffalo Bills.
When I said they were going to the Super Bowl, they're gonna beat Kansas City.
Go.
That tightrope walk is over. Josh Allen is trying to be a Super Bowl champion, and my guess, and like I said, these last four teams is going to be the Commanders and the Bills in the Super Bowl. The floor is yours, brother.
Excuse me, sir. So who are you riding out with in this game? Because it's no more ducking and dodging.
At the end of what game?
Who's gonna be holding the Lombardi at the end of the day?
At the end of the game, if it's the Bills versus the
No,
Commanders.
if you see, that's what you trying to do.
Oh,
You
okay,
trying to be
I got
slick.
you. I got you.
You
I'm
trying to
sorry.
be
I
slick.
did. I
You
did.
said what you said. Now it's if
Because
now
we're
you
supposed to walk into
yeah,
this.
you need a little
We're
fit
supposed
for
to walk into this.
EJ.
Can we walk? Can we get this final these last week and then we can do that?
What? We gotta wait till.
I told you.
All
I
right,
told
man.
you.
Listen,
I told you.
listen,
Look, I told you.
listen, listen, listen. Hey, I don't.
I told
I'll
you
be
who I thought
patient,
was gonna
sir, but
win.
I don't know. I don't know if our fans can be as patient as
You
I'm
didn't
willing to
even
be.
you didn't
But
even tell me
listen,
so. But
yeah,
you can't scroll and roll past it. I told you who I thought was gonna win out of Washington and the Eagles. I told you who was gonna win out of Bills and the Chiefs. You didn't tell me yours. You just wanted to skip that.
I'm
You
going. I'm
didn't
about to
tell me
give
mine.
you. I'm about to give
So
you.
give me
The,
those. Give me those first, and
uh,
then I'll go
here
with
come, here come the facts, data, and statistics.
yeah. That's what I'm
Yo,
talking about.
the fact though is right here, right? Listen, Buffale. We see you next year. You know what I'm saying?
Buffalo Bill, yes.
Buffalo, we see you next year. You know, next year,
The
man.
Chiefs
Thank you,
versus the
thank you.
Chiefs.
Yeah, no, thank you. Coming again. Yeah, it's definitely the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are going to play. When the Chiefs are going to play, oh,
I know who they playing.
Chiefs are going to play Washington. I
And
got
Washington
Washington.
gonna watch it.
I got Washington out the way. They washing everybody out the way. Hey, you heard
They
it here
are on
first.
a
See,
mission.
you see me, Pete. I just said that with my chest.
Get
Washington
your
is
chest
washing
out.
everybody out the way.
Let's go. I'm with that.
And I hate
100%.
to say that because you know how much you you know what I'm saying? No Diddy or none of that. But you know how I feel about 26. That's my man, 150 grand. You know what I mean? So I support him in everything, but I just feel like with Washington, I'm thinking about who the better quarterback is.
This year,
And
this
I hate to
year,
say it, Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? It's the year of the Jaden. Jaden,
Listen,
holla.
li- listen to me, Boogie. This year was the first time I ever saw the NFL and felt it was like the NCAA. The tournament, you know what I mean? That's how I felt the playoffs felt this year. Remember, we all said it, me, you, and Black. The playoffs this year is different. And I think the difference is them commanders is commanding their respect. And before we
Ooh.
get out of here, before we get out of here, because you look at that NFC, Detroit, the last 2 years getting bounced the first time they stepped on the field. You look at the Eagles, always good in the years, but when it comes to the playoffs, we don't know. You look at Dallas, we don't know. Look at that whole NFC. It's a hodgepodge of mystery. But we see a team right now. You tell me right now, by the way that Washington took care of Detroit, are they on top of the NFC right now?
Uh, I'm not gonna jump that fast because history also has shown, you know what I'm saying, as far as in the NFC, bro, like there haven't been back to back NFC East divisional winners. So I do like that the Commanders they're trending in the right way. Um, it's gonna be interesting to see if Cliff Kingsbury, the offensive coordinator, stays or he leaves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that.
Where's
It's a lot of
where's he
like
at?
work. It's like as them old heads used to tell me of. If it was a fifth, everybody be drunk. So it's a lot of ifs right now for the everybody. All right, but it's a lot of ifs as far as for Washington right now. So let's see how far this run takes us. Because if they, yeah, like it's a lot of ifs. If they go to the Super Bowl, if they go to the Super Bowl and win,
Here's what I had to say
if
for
the offensive coordinator, he's committed to staying again.
bro, you glazing and you doing what
I'm
I was
telling you, it's
gonna
a lot of
say.
ifs. It's a lot of ifs.
I'll take that, and I understand it. The reference and everything, that shit was smooth as hell. I love the city background. Like I said, you belong to the city. But bro, ain't no ifs with Washington. I'm telling you, like I told you and told everybody Saturday, you got a team of players they don't know was that good. And their leader is a person you wouldn't even expect to command that much respect and get it not just from his team, but from the whole league right now. And if any team that's left in this NFL playoffs play with Jaden like he don't deserve that respect, they're going home, bro. They're going home. I don't see it as an if with him. I see it as when they play like all year. Remember, all year me, I'm a 49er. I'm talking about my team. I showed this man respect from the first Hail Mary. He been winning all year when you supposed to quarterback. I got a team about to pay a quarterback $60 million, and he ain't even proved half of what Jaden Daniels have proved.
Yeah,
I mean, not even half. And this man don't do it just in the rain. He do it in the snow too.
bro. Listen, we got it's still a lot of ifs. If he can beat the Eagles, if he get to the Super Bowl, he able to beat the Bills or the Chiefs.
What does that
If.
what does that if mean though? Does that mean if he beats them,
Well, right
he'll
now
be
he
known as that?
like if it's a chance, he got a chance.
No, I'm saying, does that if mean if he beats them, he'll be known as a good quarterback? Or because I
No,
know
no. What I will say is this: he's writing his own story. And just as far as like when we seen Pat Mahomes take over to him, and he wrote his own story. MVP went there, did this. All right, yo, like you write your own story. You know,
that's
from here, like what I will say, it will get a little bit more difficult because next year there'll be film on you.
That's
A
right.
lot of this, like,
It's
which
really
is
going to show
stupid
next year.
because I don't care what people say and like how they contextualize what they saying about this when they say, well, there's no film on him because he hasn't played in the NFL. But if it's a guy like, I'm gonna pull your college tape so I can be locked in and see how we can prepare for you.
Your mind ain't grown that far from where you were, and you still
Yeah.
can't find
But
weaknesses
the
in
other part to it
somebody.
is too, Pete, I agree with it too, as far as and to a certain extent, because the NFL is faster than college.
It
So
is.
a 4 to 5 second drop in college, you don't have that. NFL, you get in 2.5 seconds max. Them boys is on your lap.
True.
I mean your lap. So you know what I'm saying? You want to have a healthy balance as you need to process the information in 2 seconds.
That's right.
Unless you have one of those offensive lines where you know what I'm saying you can reset the pocket and now I can make and read the play a lot clearer. But bro, in the NFL on average, bro, you got 2.3 seconds to get that thing out of there.
Hmm.
Like just think about that when you watch it. So when you watching a Brock Purdy, a Daniel Dimes, like these poor they hold on the ball too long.
Yep.
You gotta
And
know where you going at. You gotta know where you going at with the ball. And as soon as you look at that and it's not there, you gotta be able to go boop
oh
boop.
wait,
You know what I mean?
ooh, wait, cause Daniels did that. He had time. And all these
Yeah.
teams we talked about tonight, they had time. We're not going to get in that. That's a whole nother show. We'll probably talk about the lines tomorrow. We'll talk about the trenches about this tomorrow. But before we get out of here, and we're not going to do a 5 because we got 4 teams left in the playoffs. Right now, you can call it a championship. So I'm going to give you 4 from these finals, 1 from each team,
All right.
and you give me 1. All right. So from Washington Commanders, Scary Terry. I got to use your
Number
reference too. I had to
number
use your reference too.
boy, number one.
All right, I'll take that.
Bona fide number one.
So you got to do it
Sure
like the new
hands.
kids. You got to do it
Sure
like the new kids.
hands.
Look, Bookie, you got to do it like the new kids. You got to, instead of the number 1, you know us, number, but you got to
Yeah.
say it like the new kids. That's hashtag number 1.
Hashtag.
I'll take the hands.
Hashtag.
I'll take it.
Yo. Hands. Certified hands.
All right. So for the Philadelphia Eagles, because we going Commanders, Eagles, Bills, Buffalo Bills, and the Chiefs. From the Eagles, you know I'm running with you on Quan, Mr. Barkley himself.
Say, say quad 2K. I like that. Say quad 2K, bro. If you see what that boy be doing when he like, bro, yo, the dude ain't that
Should have
tall.
just said say
He
2K.
not, he not, yeah, he not that tall, but yo, if you see what that boy be squatting, yo, you look at them quads, yo, no, ain't no Diddy, yo, but that kid is special right there, and he's so.
Say 2K.
What I hold up, you know what? The one word I say, humble, humble. That's what I get
That
from
he
him,
is.
boy.
That he
There you
is. And
go.
you can see it in his interviews
Humble,
and everything. The way he
humble,
talks, the way he carries himself, the way he
humble.
knows so much about his team. I'll accept that. Look, it's for somebody else. You definitely get
Humble.
you definitely get that. And last but not least, for the Chiefs, Andy Reid.
Dope. Dope. He will go down as it's top 5 dead or alive. I don't care what anybody says. Going,
And and that's only 1 or 2 numerically right now because he's over.
yeah,
He's over.
yeah,
Yep. All
yeah.
right. So give me your 4 with the 4 teams: the Commanders, the Eagles, the Bills, and the Chiefs. Give me 1 from each, and we can get on out of here, man.
All right, Commanders.
Oh, hold up, real quick, man. We got us a live in there, man. He said he told you about
Oh,
JD5.
yeah,
Hey man,
hey,
hey, bruh, I told people. I tried to tell him I got kicked out of
Hey,
the party. My man put my plate of food and he put my alcohol on the porch and said, "You know what to do."
yo, Vic. Hey, Vic. You right though, JD5. Hey, he keep it all the way live, especially in the 2020 live.
Damn right,
Especially in the
man.
2020 live.
Damn right, bro. All right, go ahead, run yours for me, man. Run yours for me, man. Let me hear what you got.
Man, there
He
you go. I'm
said
gonna start right there.
he also said from beginning, told you MVP. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. He came back. He did what he do. He did what it takes, man. You right. You right, Vic. We appreciate you tuning in and checking us out too, man. We definitely do, man. Now go ahead, Boogie, with those 4 teams. You know,
I'm
like I said,
starting
they
right
got
there. I'm starting right there with my boy Vic, man. What's up? JD5.
elite.
Mm,
And I'm bold enough to say that with my chest for a rookie, because he did what no rookie has or will do while I'm
fact.
alive. That man is elite.
I like it.
Who else you got for me, man? Who you got for me for the Eagles?
Eagles, man. I'm gonna go. AJ Brown.
I would be slick and just say books. I ain't gonna do my boy like that. X, as in X Factor.
Mm,
And this next game that they play, if he's not that, they're going home. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is, what the health is, or the status, or what Barkley does. If he's not that X factor when they need him, the game of inches, I see they're on the same turf as Kansas City is. They're
nah.
able
We gonna let you ride, man. You doing all that soliloquy and explaining and
yeah.
explanation, man. You lucky I ain't got the button over here. I would have been, yeah. Once you started telling all that story, yeah, but nah,
I
you
had
right
to make
though.
it clear, man.
X
You know,
Factor, but
a couple other shows
yeah,
was like, nah, man, you can't. I had to make sure it was right. All
yeah,
right.
factor.
So we
All
we
right,
we
for
we at the bottom of the
Buffalo,
you ain't
James
saying that
Cook.
wrong, man. You follow
Buffalo,
Belays. Yeah,
Buffalo,
you follow
the new
Belays.
ladies.
Yeah.
Buffalo,
And,
yes. I say the James Cook.
and I got a special one for him. Let him cook. Baby, come here, baby. Tell him. Come tell him. Come tell him. Say, let him cook. Yell it in the microphone for him, baby.
Yeah, Nisi.
Let him cook.
Yeah, Nisi. Good for you. Good for you. Hey, you know what? Oh, Nisi, look
And she
at
came
her.
to back it up. She wanted to hear my correctness for it.
Man, you know what? I can never go against my niece, so let's go ahead and cash that in for 2,000, 100 million,
I cheated
trillion
it.
dollars.
Boogie, I cheated it with that old joint. It was under the
Yeah,
table. They ain't see it.
yeah, yeah. I see. Yeah, good. She came in with the hug to solidify. Like,
Yeah, she's
yeah.
trying to be here for the last. Who
What
you
up,
got
Nisi?
for the
All
last?
right. And the last one, who we said? Kansas City,
Yep.
Travis Kelsey. Yeah, we about to.
Why would we
No, sir. You said that was a long thought process.
because
Yeah.
I don't see him as elite like everybody else say. I don't see him as the
What? How
answer.
you don't
I
see
don't
him
know if
like that?
he's nice because he slowed down. He ain't as
Man,
nice as he used to be.
you
But he
better
got
put two
somebody else.
nices on him. That's nice two times.
I'll put this on there.
Travis Kelsey, too nice. Yeah.
I'll put this on there. Yeah,
What's up, sir?
gold.
Yeah.
He getting that jacket.
He's definitely getting gold jackets. He already have gold
Gold
rings.
jacket. Yeah,
Gold all of my
yeah,
rings.
yeah.
Gold all of my, yeah.
He well
Hey,
faded. You know what I
for
mean?
real, look. Hey, Travis Kelsey. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Travis Kelsey, he invited to the barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah, he invited to the barbecue.
Come
Hey,
on
hey,
now.
hey, yo, listen. My little nephew done been to enough barbecues. He know he don't like raisins in his mashed potato. In his potato salad. He
Nah,
been
he
to
said
enough
that was nasty.
barbecues.
Yeah.
He don't like raisins in the potato salad.
He said that
He
was
done took
nasty.
that home. Mama Kelsey, like you right, baby. That do taste better. Yeah,
Oh,
good for them.
hold up. Victor said also, he said Jalen Hurts got hurt last game, not good. And that's the same thing that I was saying when they're going against that Washington scary team.
Facts.
You can't mask it against those dogs that they sending.
Yeah,
You can't mask it. And when we talk about tomorrow on the strength of the lines, well, not tomorrow because we got a game tomorrow. But Wednesday, when we talk about the strength of lines, we're gonna go into that. After that, he also said that boy is Magic Johnson elite. I'll agree with that right there. Yes, Jaden Daniels is. He said KC's in trouble. I telling
oh,
you,
we know.
them
We said that already.
top dogs, they're
Big.
gonna need to dial
You
all
should,
nine.
I know you'd have heard the show. Yeah, KC definitely in trouble.
For real. And then last but not least, he said Washington building a dynasty. And I will 100% agree with that
I
from
agree.
early in the show
I see.
when
Yeah,
Boogie was saying how their coordinator's gonna get and they can do. They're gonna get so many offers this offseason. If Washington knows what I know, they need to go ahead and fatten those guys' pockets, invest in their future, hit in this draft, and get even better because the tape is out on you right now and we need to see.
yeah. You better strike while the iron hot right now because it's not. To be honest with you, it's not easy to go on these runs. That's the one thing about in the NFL that's different from the NBA. Like you can go on a run, like you like, all right, I will be back here next year.
Right.
But in the NFL, bro, it's a lot of it takes health. It take a little bit of luck, bro. It take about making sure everybody happy as far as contract wise.
That's
Making
right.
sure you have the right, you know what I'm saying, coaching, you know what I'm saying, personnel around, bro. It's a lot that goes into the NFL, bro. And rarely organizations just like keep that, you know what I mean, nucleus together because people get they start getting a little greedy. They like, yo, bro, like I just won that Super Bowl. I need to be paid like a number one receiver. Like whereas you got people that's a little humble, and don't get it twisted. I believe it's a lot of guys over in that Washington area that's humble, and they just want to keep it together as long as they can keep it together. Like yeah, they might be building something crazy. I just want to see it next year once they got tape on you. They got tape on you. They know what you good at. They're gonna be able to, you know what I'm saying, make those different adjustments. And then
Right.
we'll see how you know what I'm saying, size up then.
Are you going to Lamar Jackson or are you going to Brock Purdy? We're going to talk
Fact.
about that as well Wednesday when we talk about these lines. For everybody else that's just joining, you're just too late. Boogie, you got any shout outs before we get out of here, brother?
Yo, you already know I got shout outs, man. Shout out to Embody, man. That's my church home, man. Shout out at Embody on Instagram, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to my pastor, yo, Rob Patel. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, she is so awesome, man. And definitely the word flows through her, man, yo. Shout out to, you know what I mean, my whole hater debate squad, yo. Shout out MVP. Yo, shout out Black, you know what I'm saying? Doing what he battling right now. We just pray and uplift him up, you know what I'm saying, him and his family. But yo, most and importantly, yo, shout out to you. Shout out to the viewers. Shout out to the subscribers, man. We are not able to do this without y'all, man. For real.
That's right. And look, last one, Victor said, man, he said Trey Lance would have played instead of Cooper Rush. Cowboys would have been a problem. And I'm gonna say this with you, brother. I agree, but I don't know. And that's another show. And I want you to tune in for it because I have a lot to say about Trey Lance as well. But shout out to China Cristal, all my people that's following, everybody that watches this video. If you tune in, go vote for her. I'm going to put the link in the description. Go vote for her. Number one model right now in South Carolina. She's doing her thing. I call her the queen of colors because all of her pictures, she has great colors. The background matched the foreground, the makeup, everything. She's a beautiful woman. She does her thing. She also takes pictures, shoots videos. Shout out to her and everything that she does. Shout out to the Hater Debate Squad. Shout out to all of our sponsors, Planet Vapor, Blind Fury, Corey Rock Bottom Davis at Rock Bottom Studios. Also, shout out to you, everybody that's watching this. And with all of that being said, Boogie, I think we done wrap this one up. Tell the family I said what's up and I love y'all.
Here to bring you the facts, data, and statistics up close and personal. Letting you decide if it truly is hate or debate.
Pulls up three-pointer. Bang!